Here are the major developments from across the United States in the last 24 hours. First news is from Washington, where lawmakers are locked in intense negotiations over federal spending priorities as multiple deadlines approach. Congressional leaders are debating funding levels for defense, border security, disaster relief, and healthcare programs. While both parties say they want to avoid a shutdown, sharp disagreements remain over how much to spend and where cuts should fall. Analysts warn that failure to reach an agreement could increase market volatility and disrupt federal agencies. Second news is from the White House, where the administration is facing growing scrutiny over its expanding use of executive authority. Recent actions on immigration enforcement, tariffs, and sanctions have sparked debate among lawmakers and legal experts, some of whom argue that Congress is being sidelined in major policy decisions. Administration officials say the moves are necessary to protect national interests and maintain security. Third news is from Wall Street, where U.S. markets showed mixed performance as investors reacted to economic data and global developments. Technology and financial stocks traded unevenly, while energy prices fluctuated amid geopolitical tensions. Analysts say investors are balancing expectations of future Federal Reserve rate moves with concerns about slowing economic growth. Fourth news is from the Federal Reserve, where officials continue to defend their recent interest rate cut aimed at supporting economic stability. While some policymakers believe inflation is easing, others warn that price pressures could remain persistent. Economists say future decisions will depend heavily on labor market data and consumer spending trends. Fifth news is from across the country, where millions of Americans are under winter weather alerts. Heavy snowfall, freezing rain, and dangerously low temperatures are impacting travel and power infrastructure in several states. Transportation authorities are urging caution as airports report delays and road crews work to clear highways. Sixth news is from Providence, where investigators continue to examine a deadly shooting near a university campus. Authorities say the suspect remains at large and police presence has been increased across the area. University officials have moved classes online temporarily as the investigation continues. Seventh news is from overseas, where U.S. military officials confirmed that American forces remain on heightened alert following a deadly ambush in Syria. Defense leaders say additional security measures are being reviewed to protect U.S. personnel stationed abroad, while the administration considers its response options. Eighth news is from Europe, where U.S. diplomats continue talks with Ukrainian and European leaders aimed at exploring possible pathways toward ending the war with Russia. While discussions remain preliminary, officials say diplomatic engagement remains active alongside continued military assistance.
Ninth news is from border states, where immigration enforcement and asylum processing remain under pressure. Officials report overcrowded facilities and legal challenges as courts review new federal restrictions. Advocacy groups argue the policies are creating humanitarian concerns, while supporters say they are necessary for border control. Tenth news is from the transportation sector, where delays in major aviation and infrastructure projects are drawing attention. Officials say supply chain challenges and rising costs continue to slow progress on aircraft production, rail upgrades, and airport expansions. 11th news is from the energy sector, where U.S. enforcement actions targeting sanctioned oil shipments continue to ripple through global markets. Analysts say shipping disruptions and insurance concerns could impact energy prices and trade routes in the weeks ahead. 12th news is from the labor market, where new data shows mixed trends in hiring and wages. Some industries continue to add jobs, while others report layoffs and hiring freezes. Economists say the labor market is cooling but remains resilient overall. 13th news is from public safety departments across several major cities, where officials report ongoing efforts to address violent crime and gun violence. New community policing initiatives and federal grants are being rolled out, though results remain uneven. 14th news is from health agencies, where officials are monitoring hospital capacity during the winter season. Public health leaders warn that flu and respiratory illness cases are rising, urging vaccinations and preventative measures. 15th news is from the education sector, where debates continue over school funding, curriculum standards, and campus safety. Several states are considering new legislation that could reshape how public education systems operate. 16th news is from the tech sector, where lawmakers and regulators are increasing scrutiny of artificial intelligence and data privacy. New hearings and proposed regulations aim to address concerns over job displacement, misinformation, and national security. 17th news is from consumer markets, where Americans are adjusting spending habits amid ongoing inflation pressures. Retailers report cautious optimism heading into the holiday season, while consumers prioritize essentials. Those are the top stories shaping America in the last 24 hours. We will continue to monitor these developments and bring you clear, factual updates. I'm Your Name. Thank you for watching.